Previously on Survivor. The tribes arrived to the immunity challenge and learned that only one immunity idol was up for grabs. In a tense challenge, Teratibu finally broke their losing streak and sent the other two tribes to their first tribal councils. On Shindana, Carron thought Autumn's threat level as a returning player made her an easy target, and he pushed the narrative to the entire tribe. Autumn felt the heat and hustled to push Carron under the bus, using Carron's sneaky behavior and attempts to link up with members of the other tribes against him. The decision laid in the hands of the Shindana trio of Josh, Taylor, and David, who decided that Carron's shenanigans and the lack of relationships on the tribe made him too big of a liability to flip in a swap, and Carron was eliminated in a unanimous vote. On Kaidi, Greg and Jenna had solidified their duo along with the alliance of Ben and Rachel, leaving Nora and Kevin on the bottom. Nora led the charge to eliminate returning player Greg and pulled Kevin, Ben, and Jenna in on her plan. While Kevin quickly turned on his ally Greg, Ben and Jenna remained loyal and ran her plan back to Greg and Rachel. Nora seemed to be the target at first, but with Ben seeing Nora as a potential ally and Kevin lying to Greg in their meeting, the target for the group of four was up in the air before Tribal. Ultimately, Nora was seen as the bigger social threat and was eliminated in a 4-2 vote that left Kevin alone on the bottom of the tribe. 14 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Fuck yes, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, let me calm down for a second. So pretty hyped that I'm still here. Knew I was gonna get 2 votes. Was kinda nervous, but not really, but I was.
I'm really glad it went the way I thought it did, but I feel so bad. She looked so sad. Ugh. And Kevin was shocked.
Okay, I don't know what the fuck happened there. When Nora told me that we were gonna vote for Greg, and I thought everyone was on board with this too, and I was like, okay, sure, yeah, totally. So I don't know why they didn't clue me in on this. Of course I'd have to realize that. Now it makes me feel like I'm on the bottom of this vote.
I know Kevin's really pissed off right now. He's just gonna have to get over it. It is Survivor.
Kevin is an issue for sure. I really wish we could have done 5-1, and he's clearly pissed about it, so our next steps are definitely to make amends with him.
One by one, all of them come crawling back to me.
I feel bad that you were on the outs because we literally have nothing against you. It was just a whole numbers situation. Mm-hmm. I found out that you and Nora were really from my perspective, clearly you tell me now that you want to vote for Nora, but yeah. From my perspective, you and Nora really wanted to vote Greg.
It wasn't personal, it was just a lot of misinformation from Nora that caused us.
Nora just kind of fucked us all up there.
Yeah, no, it was really just a big mess.
And your name was never written down, so that should say we were not targeting you.
I hope it means you guys like me more. All 3 of them wanted to, talk and mend things over, make sure that we were cool, that we were all good and stuff. And I'm just like, okay, maybe you do have some brains. Maybe you do realize that it's not a good idea to completely ostracize a tribe mate right before a tribe swap. I can't say that I 100% trust all of them at this point, but I do feel at least in the short term, I'm willing to go with them. And I should have told you, like, I didn't realize that Nora had way less power than she actually did.
Right.
And I thought Nora was calling all the shots. I thought she was, like, at the top. Like, you know, hopefully we can move together forward.
Yeah, I hope so, too, because,
yeah.
I mean, obviously I want to stay in the game, you want to stay in the game, and I feel like we can hopefully help each other stay in the game. It's one of those things, like, when a kid gets caught,
doing something bad. You're not sorry that you did it, you're sorry you got caught. And I think with him, I don't think he's sorry that he lied, I think he's sorry that he got caught lying. So that's something to kind of keep an eye on, I guess, moving forward. I felt like, you know, as a returning player, you know, I think I have Jenna. I think I'm very solid with Jenna, and that's very good. I need that. But as a returning player, I feel like I really need somebody else as a cushion because I know I'm going to be a threat.
Like, if we do swap, I think that it's a good idea to have like a core group of 3, which is kind of why I asked you guys to meet, because you two are the ones that I like met with first individually and the ones that I've definitely got along with the best. And that's not necessarily anything against Ben. I think Ben is a very strategic player who would be more likely to take an opportunity to flip if it's advantageous for him.
I'm really not trying to go against Ben this early at all. I mean, I do trust Ben. He proved his loyalty at the last vote, but at the same time, I need to be aware that Ben is a player and will take me out if he gets the opportunity.
Greg was kind of preaching to the choir with me. Ben is the type of person who, he is being loyal to us right now. He voted with us at the last tribal council, so he kind of proved his honesty and loyalty to the core 4 currently. However, he did bring up a good point that Ben kind of is that person that if he has a better opportunity, he's more likely to take it than Kevin or us 3, for example. But we're kind of just saying like, yeah, we should stay like a 4, but a 3 as a backup, and then Greg and I still have our alliance.
Bottom line is, should there not be a tribe swap or a tribe swap?
Well, what do you think that, like,
we're on the same tribe or something like that, we all feel good. Right?
Yeah.
If we get to the merge with the 3 of us, how lit would that be?
Awesome.
Great week off. Challenge is tonight, and I have a feeling we are going to do a 7-7 tribe split with 2 instead of 3. You heard it here first.
Because I'm really anticipating some kind of tribe swap coming up soon, so it kind of feels pointless to talk about the dynamics of our tribe anymore.
I'm feeling pretty good about the 5 of us all staying strong for whatever happens possibly this week to switch things up. Having Carron out of the game makes me feel a little bit better, just because I know he was trying to talk to other people in other tribes. So in a tribe swap situation, I really didn't trust him at all, but I definitely trust all these people that I'm moving forward with.
Come on in, guys. Hi, everyone. Hello. How are we doing? Good. It's good to be back, I'm sure. So, with that, our TV will get here a look at the new Coyote and Shindana tribes. We have Nora and Carron voted out of the last 2 tribal councils. With that, we're down to 14. And I think you guys all know it's time for a little bit of a shakeup. So with that, first, Luke, bring up immunity. It's not time for a shakeup, screw that. We're still gonna have 2 immunities today. We're not swapping, So, never make assumptions in this game. Every single one of you thought it was gonna be a swap. We're not doing a swap, not yet, come on.
So my entire original Coyote tribe was under the impression that we were going to swap, and then we got to the challenge and Greg was like, oh, you guys all thought we were going to swap, but we're not. And then it was like a sigh of relief from all of us that we finally, or that we got to continue to like work together for like at least another week.
Today was our 4th challenge, and so we started with our normal 3 tribes. So we started in the one room and we were looking at drawings on the whiteboard, and we had to figure out which one, which like shape was there.
Go!
Oh,
Send one person out. Once you identify what that shape is, you'll be instructed to go to a different room in which you will carry out a different task. That task in the second room is to get a tennis ball. So find a tennis ball somewhere in that room. You're looking for a tennis ball. There's one of each.
everybody's looking for a dang tennis ball for like a good 5 to 10 minutes. And then Greg all of a sudden goes, stop, and we're like, what is going on?
Stop!
What?
You're swapping. Let's go.
I almost said it before he even
Dude, I was like, there's not a damn ball in this room.
So, sometimes when everyone makes an assumption and it's right, I deserve the right to try to trick you, but everyone knew this was coming. So, with that, we're swapping today into new tribes. Taratibu, unfortunately, will be no more. And we will be swapping
Just us?
into 2 tribes, Shindana and Kai. The way we'll be doing that is we'll be splitting you up even by gender. So if I can get all the girls over here, let's get all the guys on this side. So we'll be splitting you guys up evenly. We'll have 4 girls, 3 guys per tribe. In these bags, I have 2 colored chips. There's a red chip and a blue chip. If you choose a red chip, you will be going to Kaidi. If you choose blue chip, you'll be going to Shindana. Like I said, we'll have 3 guys on each tribe, 4 girls on each tribe. So with that, the first guy I'd like to come up. Guys, keep your chips concealed. Girls, splitting you up 4 and 4. Make sure you don't look at it. Jamie, we'll start with you. What color do you have? Red. Red. No, what do you got?
Blue.
Anna.
Blue.
Juliana.
Red. 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 Blue.
Okay. Red. Red. Blue. David. Blue. Blue. Red and red. All right. If you are red, like I said, you are going to Kaidi. If you're blue, you're going to Shindana. Kaidi over here, Shindana over there. Go.
Why is that so much fun?
So, with that being said, we're going to get to tonight's challenge. Tonight's challenge will be happening in a room directly adjacent to here. What you guys will be doing is lining up on stairs where you have 2 people designated to hold a board. The rest of your tribe will line up along the stairs as designated passers. Those people will pass blocks that are brought to them by the 2 board holders up the stairs using their feet. The 2 board holders will bring blocks to the people on the stairs, who will then pass them up the stairs using their feet. Once they get to the top, they will then use those blocks to build a stack on top of the boards. The tallest one at the end of 10 minutes will win immunity. It's a time challenge, so it's not who finishes first, it's who builds the tallest tower at the end of 10 minutes. So, you have to think about how many blocks do you want to take, because once you settle on how many blocks you want to take and you have all of them, you cannot go back to get more. The other 2 people have to go to the top of the steps and wait as you guys build. So think about how many blocks you want to take up in that 10 minutes, stack your tallest tower that you can, and at the end of 10 minutes, whoever fills the tallest one wins. Does that make sense? Cool. I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to strategize. We'll get started. Whichever tribe has the most blocks stacked up, the tallest tower at the end will win immunity. The other joins Major Tribal Council this week. Survivors ready? Go! Just under 2.5 minutes remaining.
Hey, should I just place it down?
Not about to go fast. Who builds the tall?
Look at the other one.
Jamie a very sturdy tower. You guys have 2 minutes remaining.
Move it towards you, but like
Just we're going back in.
keep it in the middle for now, then move it later. Go. I think it's
1 minute, 45 seconds remaining. Yeah, we have.
Wait, we'll do the last one. Just make this one. What do we have on?
Okay, so try to put another one on top.
Minute 15 remaining.
Kevin has to go. I think ours is shorter. If I can't, like, if not, I can get any shorter. No, lay it flat. Lay it flat.
1 minute.
In the middle, lay it flat.
1 minute remaining.
Guys, if you're gonna stand winning?
Yes.
Great.
20 seconds.
Just wait a second.
Coyotes in the lead. Someone wants her. Look for 15 close.
How much are we winning by?
Put it on there, Adam. Put it on there.
No, I know.
Here, now back down here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Hold your towers. 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's like this. Here's what we're gonna do. Jamie. You tell me, guys.
That's it.
Well, that challenge came down to the very last second. A very exciting night, a lot of switch-ups, and I think we got an exciting week ahead of us. But, Donna, you guys will have a little bit of a break. Congratulations. Shindana, none of you will be going to Tribal Council with me this week. I did not say the same for you guys. 1 and 7 of you will become the 5th person voted out of this game. So, you guys have a couple days to figure out who's going to be. See you at Tribal Council.
My tribe is 3 original Shindana, 2 original whatever tribe I am, and 2 of the other guys, Teratibu. It's unfortunate to not be in the majority there, but Greg is somebody that I'm confident in, so I'm sure that we'll stick together.
Oh my god, the swap. It was literally like exactly what I wanted, where I'm with Taylor, I'm with Josh, we've got a solid 3, we've got some good potential targets that we could go after. But I mean, we don't even have to worry about that because we won the freaking challenge.
I don't know if I'm excited or nervous. I don't really know any of my tribe. I feel like I can work with Hannah, considering that Jamie and Luke are on the other tribe. So I really like that. But I don't know, I'm not really getting vibes from anybody.
I'm glad that Mel and I are still together. I think that we never really got super close because I don't know, I always got a weird vibe from her, I think because of her proximity to Robbie. So hopefully we can kind of be like a unified force on this new team.
If I could choose anyone to go, personally I would want it to be one of the Teratibu people because I feel like after you go to tribal, they've only been to tribal twice, but like after you go that many times, it's like a tight-knit group of 4. I would want to break that up personally.
I'm really happy to be on a tribe with Autumn. I'm trying to keep it on the DL, so I don't want anybody to know that we know each other. I followed my gut, and I got this weird feeling about Jamie, just because she was very like, no, this is how it has to be done. This is how it's going to be done.
I think Jamie is nuts. She's always doing something, counting blocks. She's always up to something. I think she's Nora times 8.
That was killer. But there is a silver lining. When we were searching for those tennis balls, I found a little something. This tool is close nearby. A building has just have faith in Chester gut and immunity you'll own. Got some work to do strategically, obviously, and at least I have Jamie on this tribe. So right now the biggest thing is this. So we'll see.
We kind of all like decided that like Luke and Jamie were very sporadic yesterday, and a little like
they're
much.
a little spazzy and uptight and like
and
a little power hungry maybe.
Yeah.
It was a lot of negative vibes.
Yeah. Jamie and Luke are crazy. Oh my gosh, they just like were like, oh my god, we had to do this and this and this and this and this, and their minds were like so sporadic. Jamie was like looking for clues for an idol before the challenge even started. Yeah, smart thinking, but you weren't like, you were so obvious about it. Like, if you're gonna do it, make it like less obvious, because you obviously feel like you need one, so maybe that's a sign that you need to go home.
At least like we have each other, but we're definitely like
kind of trying to like get a feel for like how the other people are. But at this point, it seems like Ben, Jenna, and Kevin are like people we can trust, at least more than like the Teratibu after what has happened in their last 2 tribal councils.
Right. Jamie really rubbed me the wrong way at the challenge. She was just one of those people who's very type A, like always has to have a comment about everything, and she was just abrasive, like not abrasive, but like she wanted to take control and she wouldn't really listen to anybody else, and I was like, don't really want to work with that. Then the more I thought about it, I was like, okay, well, Luke is one of those people who like, he's sneaky. And I feel like he was kind of one of the people that worked against Vinny, and I don't hold grudges, but like, I don't know, I don't really trust Luke.
I would definitely say Luke, just because he seems really smart and like really social.
Yeah.
And so I feel like right now he's the biggest threat out of those 2.
Jamie, her whole game I feel like is out there. Like, you know that she's loud and she's gonna like be crazy sometimes, but like Luke is just like this guy that you're like, what's he gonna do? So I would much rather go with
he's
him.
nice. Like he's like a cool, like he's a good person to talk to, which is like can be like a threat, because then like you never know like who they can like get into cahoots with.
Right.
Yeah. We've been talking pretty well at the challenges. I'm like, this is a guy I kind of want to work with, and honestly, I don't have very many real allegiances, especially on this tribe.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I'm in a kind of a similar boat right now. Like,
at this point, I would be okay going with or against her.
Okay, so like, are you guys like super tight?
No.
Okay.
Like I would, as long as it's not my ass going home, I will write her name down as need be. There's no like, if you're aligning with me, you're aligning with Jamie. Like
it's not necessarily a package deal.
No.
Okay.
No.
An alliance is a strong word, but we at least have I don't know. We're kind of cooperating in a way, I guess you could say. I don't know. Maybe it would be worthwhile to keep them in the game as like a connection to the remaining Teratibus.
I feel like you and I are in a good spot.
Yeah.
And if we feel like using Jamie, or if we feel like I can turn around and write a name down.
Okay.
Now Nora could be right that we're buddies.
Yeah, we are buddies. Look at this. We're the true loves of Survivor, just like Nora thought.
You're welcome.
But yeah, I got along with Josh pretty well. I mean, they all seem cool. I would agree that Taylor was the one that was most like neutral on, but not good or bad. Just didn't really get. Yeah. If you have at least a little bit of a connection with Mel, then you could reach out to her.
And you reach out to Josh.
I can reach out to Josh, and then we can at least branch off from there. And
I wanted to reach out to you guys because you guys have the 3, and obviously me and Rachel have 2 that we can come, and that gives us 5.
Yeah.
So numbers wise, it makes sense. You are a pretty big physical asset, and I feel like I've got a target on my back for being a returner. So I think you and I can kind of shield each other a little bit.
I don't really trust Mel because I remember Autumn telling me that she was the one who lied about no problem.
Right.
Yeah. So she's not very trustworthy, and you're a valuable asset. And I also agree with the fact that, I think we both have a target on our back.
He was very much, it seemed, on board to work with us because it looks like on the other side, our 3 and their 2 are going to work together. And so I think he wanted to kind of keep that the same anyway.
Yeah, that'd be good for us too.
Yeah.
But I feel confident with the position that I'm in right now. I think, as long as Greg and Rachel are being truthful, which I feel like they are, then Taylor, David, and I don't really have anything to worry about. Definitely feel like it's either Hannah or Mel. We just have to figure out which one it would be.
Yeah. It seems like Mel and Hannah would be easy targets, and if Mel's already got, like my thing is kind of like I told you earlier. Mel's lied on day 1 about something. She's gonna lie on day 10, and day 20, day 30, all the way up to day 90 if we let her stay that way.
Exactly.
And that's really dangerous because it's gonna end up voting me out, voting you out, voting somebody out.
Yeah.
Hey. So we were in the same interview group, so I think that we both kind of got good vibes coming into the tribe together.
I went to her and was like, hey, it obviously makes sense for both of us, the 2 and 2, to work together. She kept asking about me voting out Hannah, which, no, but sure. Yeah, Rachel, I'll vote out Hannah, but no.
When I asked her if her and Hannah were a package deal, just kind of what we would want if we would work with her, at least that's what I thought. She was like, I think she would vote with me, and it's like, we're kind of screwed if we don't, which isn't the best.
Right, yeah, it's not very
alive.
convincing, yeah.
Yeah,
To new beginnings.
I think she would be down to target Shindana if we went with her. I'm so confident in Greg. I have no doubts that we're going to stick together. So that's not really a problem. He actually walked one of my roommates home at night the other night, which is like just shows his character. I mean, he brought us all the way to Northwood when he lives on 9th, which is really far if you know the campus. So yeah, I definitely trust him.
So we have some options, and it's looking like Rachel and I are going to be right in the middle of the 3 old Shindanas and the 3 old Teratibus. So that's great for Rachel and I because we're not going to be targets, and we're going to get to decide sort of how the tribe dynamic works out.
I went and talked to Juliana before Juliana and I met with Jamie because we kind of wanted to get on the same page about what to talk about with Jamie because we both thought it was really weird and like didn't make a lot of sense that Jamie reached out to only Juliana and I. We're pretty much on the same page, I think. Like original Kaidi, me, Jenna, and Kevin want to work with Shindana.
Yeah.
And I think Luke is probably like.
Yeah, I think Luke is
our
probably
first
the
target.
the bigger threat that we should get out.
And I feel like we sort of know what we want to do, and that's to get out one of the Teratibu people, probably Luke.
But I think it is a good idea to go for Luke because, like, even though Jamie's scheming, her scheming doesn't make any sense.
And that's the thing.
Whereas, like, Luke might actually, like, know what's happening.
And so, like, that's why if, like, we get Luke out and, like, we happen to lose another tribal, everyone's going to want to vote for her because, like, she doesn't, like...
She's crazy.
She doesn't... I feel like she can't, like, win, like, our support in order to vote for someone else.
No, definitely not. And then Jamie got there, and she just beat around the bush the entire time. She would not really, like, give any, like, she wouldn't say anything that actually meant anything. It was really annoying.
I haven't heard my name, so that's good. But I also don't really know how these people from the other tribes play their game. I'm not sure what they do, so maybe they just lie a lot. I don't know. We're gonna find out.
Who has the idol?
Okay, so
Where are
tentatively for now, like, we'll say Kevin.
Okay.
I think I'm okay. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Like, we decided there that at least me, Jamie, and Juliana would be voting for Kevin. It was all really confusing because people started talking about idols and stuff too, and Jamie straight up told us that she's looked and that Luke has looked. And I mean, obviously I have one, so I've looked, but I had a clue. I don't know. Jamie is scheming, but her scheming doesn't really make any sense.
So we sort of came into this, I hope, with the same sort of goal, which is hopefully to go us 2 and them 2, or us 4.
Yeah, us 4 against the 3.
The 3 purple.
Kaidi.
Kaidi kind of scare.
Yeah, on paper, like, it just makes sense. You don't...
Yeah.
Survivor's all about numbers, so, like,
right, and
2 plus 2 is 4.
Yeah.
3.
And, like,
Greater than.
But I think that maybe, I mean, it will be the 4 of us for either... I would prefer if we went after Ben or Jenna just because they're tight, and Kevin seems very wishy-washy.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could get his vote if we needed.
Yeah, I think I would want to work with him in the future. Unfortunately, I can't because I feel like the way the game is going right now, it needs to be Luke that goes home.
Friday night,
Yeah.
8 p.m.
Nothing better to do. We're going to Bulls after this, actually. Midway then Bulls. It's a party.
Like, Taratibu, for having, like, the most tribal experience, well, I guess, like, other than returners, but, like, for having the most, like, tribal experience,
They're
I'm
really
like,
confusing.
you don't really have it together. Like, it's very confusing. Or they have it
And they're
super
the
together, and we're
They're
just
the
being...
strategic tribe.
Yeah,
Like, they
I don't
should be
know.
on top of this.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
My vibes from Ben were kind of... I don't trust him completely. I think that he's someone who's going to play the game.
So I ended up getting the same color as Autumn, which was really cool because we finally get to like work together on a tribe. And hopefully I can trust her going forward. And Ben has been kind of sneaky lately. Or Ben showed up before Kevin, just like a few minutes before. We were talking like just like casually, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not sure like if like Kevin will like not flip on us, right? Like before the merge, like if we're still all together on the same tribe. And Ben looked at me and said, like I'm not gonna lie, but like I'll probably flip. And I was like, okay. So I didn't really understand what that meant and like who he was talking about. I just am not having good feelings about Ben. He is just so likable and everyone wants to work with him, and that is so dangerous. If everybody wants to work with him, he has all the power. And honestly, I don't think that anybody really realizes that he needs to go soon. Like, he cannot stay here, or he's going to control this entire game.
If I could have it my way, and everything was perfect in Survivor World, it would go, get out Luke, then the next week, get out Ben.
I think we should be good with a 5. Like,
Yeah.
I think we all feel good with each other. Like, it should hopefully be a relatively easy vote. We just have to make sure everyone feels good, like especially Kevin.
Come tonight, all my friends are at Pledge because they rush fraternities, and I'm not super Greek, so I got nothing better to do. So we're gonna go White Hall. My head went right to Orton Hall because it's like very distinctly stony, I guess you could say. And the clue said faith, and have faith and trust my gut. And I'm pretty sure there's a cross on top of it, so that's faith for you. So this is Orton Hall, stone, so you can see. So I've checked about 1,000 bushes at this point, but one more can't hurt. What the hell? No way, hold on. Hold on. No way, this better not be someone's lunch. I'm telling you. STC, hold on. Hold on. No fucking way. Right now, Tribal's in 2 days, and nothing's really guaranteed because it's a new tribe. I don't know too many people. I really am only close with Jamie, and so this is huge, and no one's gonna know about this. No one's gonna know about it until they have to sign off on my trust idol thing. But I'll tell you what, I'm not going home with this in my pocket. So no one's gonna be finding out, but you can be sure I'll be bringing it to Tribal. If anything seems fishy, I will be pulling this out.
I got my boy Josh. I got my girl Taylor. We got tribal immunity yet again. What's up, Shindana fam? We got a strong tribe. We got tribal winners, bro.
Our old Shindana people. Yeah. We're like pretty close as far as I know.
As far as you know. So Mel and I think, are pretty solid. We kind of like talked on the phone for like hours. But I know that we weren't like super close pre-tribe swap. And I really hope that doesn't like turn around to bite us. But I honestly think going forward, we can work together well.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the purple people, the old purple people, like kind of make me nervous.
Well, I feel like
Just 'cause,
they're since they're like the social tribe, I could see that
I'm
they
like-
could like get in your head.
I feel like maybe getting Rachel out. Good.
Really?
If we,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to be 2 tribes against 1. A viable option would be like Jack tribe and purple tribe being like, Teratibu sucks, they lost their first 2 challenges. Of course we should get one of the 2 of them out. And then they are the 2 core tribes working together, and Mel and I are just easy chaff for the wind.
We got the 3 other 2 tribes. There's 2 old Teratibu, 2 old purple, whatever the purple tribe's called. So they'd have to all gang up on us. I don't know. I don't really see that happening. So I think hopefully the gang of 3 original Shindana will be dictating the next tribal. That is my hope.
the Teratibu tribe, which is split 2 and 2 right now, is probably a very close-knit unit because of the 2 tribal councils. And that I agree with. So I think right now working with Greg and Rachel would be beneficial for us moving forward in the game.
We've kind of set up an alliance between the original Shindana and the original Kaidi. Our ultimate goal is to go into a merge with only Kaidi and Shindana and get rid of the original Teratibu, just because they're all kind of like sketchy and they're the strategic tribe, and they just don't seem like people that would be good to work with.
There's a long history of shitting on Teratibu, so
yeah, it's a tradition at this point. We gotta keep it going, and then it's just continuing. Yeah.
Even though we're not voting anyone out this week, we just kind of talked about like working together in the future, which I'm cool with. As long as all of Shindana can make it through, that is the plan. Because when the merge would come, I think the 5 of us are really strong. I think we're stronger than any other of the tribes, because I think those ones all had drama going on that like no one else really knew about.
The merge isn't that far away, so I think it'd be good to, get one of them out at your tribal council, tomorrow, whether it be Jamie or Luke, whichever one you guys don't feel less comfortable with, get them out. But also, I think it'd be best to go into a merge with the 5 of us having the numbers. So possibly voting out one of the Kaidi.
And then I guess we could also try to get close with Jamie, so that if you guys do end up getting rid of the 2 other Teratibu people, then she wouldn't have anyone, so we could pull her in. We'll have 6, and then we'll definitely have numbers no matter when we merge.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be good.
Sometimes life is good to you. You just gotta sit back, enjoy some ice cream, have some fun.
The Kaidis plus the Shindanas banding together.
I don't think anyone really expected it to happen this way, because I feel like most people would think it would be 4v3.
Everyone was thinking that too, but
it's 5v2.
Original Tartino are kind of crazy.
Yeah, none of us trust them at all.
Yeah, but kind of crazy we mean psycho.
Yeah, they are scheming in all kinds of ways. Lots of them that don't make sense.
Luke is oddly calm, and he has a good head on his shoulders. He knows how to think properly, and Jamie's very sporadic and all over the place. And what Autumn brought up to me was, before we even talked in a group of 5, but she also brought it up there, is that Jamie is going to be a target as soon as she hits the merge, if she makes it that far. I think that we should keep her, because if she's going to be a target, it's going to be an easy first vote.
And then Jenna hasn't heard anything from
I have not.
anyone from Tartibu.
It's weird. I thought they would come to you, but
I was expecting them to just reach out to everyone, but neither one of them have reached out to me. I am scared shitless because I don't trust anyone right now. And part of me doesn't even really trust Autumn, because I don't know what she's thinking, and she is a smart person. From experience, I know that she's a smart person.
There's just so many options, and I feel like it could go so many ways. So this vote was definitely not about the right now. It was about the future, and I tried to. It's kind of like chess. You really have to think okay, if I get this person out, how is this person going to react, and then try to lay out plans for the future. So I think I did play a big part in shaping this vote. So we were thinking of getting out someone from Kaidi. I didn't get a chance to meet you one-on-one, but I assume that you were. Any idea of who we want to go for?
Well, I feel like if Kevin is
malleable with us, he is a vote. He was so happy. I expected to just walk in there and it would just be one of those lame meetings that you don't really talk about anything because you're on opposite sides. But he was it went way better than I thought it was going to. The fact that Ben and Jenna will fly right under the radar when it comes to the merge.
Yeah, they're definitely enormous threats is the thing.
And the thing is, no one really sees them as threats, and especially if the 2 of them are a pair, you've sort of made it seem that they might be.
I think they are. I don't know 100% what they've been doing or what they've been saying, but they seem pretty tight. So, if you think I think I'd be okay with going with you four to go for Ben or Jenna is the thing, and then we could just ride that along for a while.
I would as well. Kevin obviously really trusts me, and that's something that I feel very good about. And especially after our meeting, he really feels like I'm a good guy. And when you are in the center of someone's game, you don't put them out. If I can subtly nudge that conversation towards either Ben or Jenna, that would be my preference because of my very good relationship with Kevin. Because the reality is he trusts me, and trust is hard to come by in this game.
I honestly would rather get rid of Jenna because I feel like Kevin would be less likely to work with Ben because Ben seems like he's been pulling the strings more, so he might have more against Ben from the last vote and be less likely to work with Jenna. If that makes sense.
I feel like that too.
Alright, so I'm here picking up trash right now. I'm hoping that things turn out the way that I think they will and we should be good.
But anyway, we chose Jenna because she hasn't contacted any of us, and we're like, are you playing the game or are you just kind of, you know, coming along for the ride and hoping that you don't get voted out? That's kind of what it seems like. And we just didn't want to have someone like that on our team. We'd rather have people that are into the game and playing than just in the background, basically. So I'm sorry, Jenna, but you got to play the game if you want to stay in.
So I talked to Jamie last night. I didn't meet with her, but I talked to her, and she said that she had talked to Juliana and Autumn. I don't know if that was together or separate, but she said that she'd communicated with them.
Yeah.
And that she would be down to, that they would be down to vote Jenna because they know that the two of them are pretty close, so they suspected that. To which I said, yeah, let's do it.
I think both of us are fine. I think it's just
that I agree with.
I think it's going to be Jenna unless something crazy happens, but
Which
I don't think either of us are big targets.
I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. It looks like this is going to be a complete blindside.
So I finished my necklace. I did symmetrical with the loop in the middle. And at least I hope it's symmetrical. And so I designed my own necklace like I control my own destiny. And that's what this idol means to me.
Come on in, guys. Welcome to your first tribal council as a swapped tribe. It's an interesting division that we have here because with the swap, we've never had a situation in STC where we've had 3 tribes, let alone 3 tribes represented now on 1 tribe. The swap worked, divided you guys up 3-2-2. So I think we're in for a little bit of a ride for these next few weeks, especially tonight. So let's get started. So Ben, now you get to look at this division, and from the outside looking in, I see 3 Chitons, and then 2 of each Shindana and Tartibu. So you find out the tribe that you get, and are you happy with that division?
Yes and no. I think it's in certain circumstances, like, you know, it can be good to have a plurality because that is like how the vote goes in Survivor, but also like if you just think about it and do basic math, like if Shindana and Tartibu get together, then they could take out the original Kaidi without really having to lift a finger.
So then, going off of that, something that you mentioned was our Tartibus and the Shindana's going to team up. Well, they each have 2, right? And Autumn, you and Juliana are the 2 from Shindana. So you get that draw. Were you frustrated that you were separated from the rest of your tribe, or were you optimistic that you could work with?
It's always frustrating when you put in time, like you invest time with people and you form those relationships, and then they get put on another tribe and you have to start all over again. So at first I was kind of frustrated, like, oh my gosh, I only have 2 of the people, or like, myself and Juliana. But it just like, it brings you closer to other people, and that's like good for down the road when you go to the merge, or like maybe another tribe swap, whatever happens, like you have those connections. So looking back now, I'm grateful. In the moment, no, I was kind of sad.
So Juliana, all 7 of these people here have been to tribal council before, which is rare before a swap to say that everyone has been here and they know the ins and outs of how these things are going to go. So with that being said, do you think that tonight's vote is easier having that experience of having been to a tribal council before, or is it harder that you don't know all these people the way that you might have known your tribe initially?
I feel like it is harder because it seems like when you work with the people and you get time to get to know them, I feel like it was more obvious like who the person is that you're gonna go for. But when you've just met people, you're just kind of basing off of initial like first impressions and like what you've heard from other people. But like the thing is, you can't always like trust in this game what like reputation you've heard from people. So you kind of just have to figure that out. But that comes with time. So I feel like that does make for a harder vote.
And Kevin, some unexpected things happened at Tribal Council, right? And I think that you were pretty much exposed to that at the last vote, because based on your reactions, you weren't keyed in on the vote against Nora.
No, I wasn't.
So then let's talk about maybe your worries coming into a vote today. Are you worried that, again, that could happen to you?
You know, there's always that little possibility in the back of your mind that, you know, the people who you think are going to be with you are really not. And that, you know, anything could come back to bite you later on. But I don't know. I mean, relationships have been rekindled, and I think, you know, any sort of ill will that happened after that challenge has been, you know, mended. So, I mean, I'd like to say that I'm confident in Coyote and the people I know, but I don't know. I guess we'll see how this vote goes.
So Jenna, let's talk about that, because again, there are 3 Coyotes here, and alliances in past history play a lot into a vote, because it's people that maybe you know that you can work with, or maybe people that you know you can't work with. You know that coming into a swap, and maybe use that in your decision-making process. So how much have like old alliances and loyalties played into your vote today?
I think personally, I obviously reached out to my old tribe just because I think that's like what everybody did. At least that's my guess, because it's like an obvious thing to do. But I have faith in them, so hopefully, if everything goes as what I think is going to go, or I don't know how to phrase it, but everything should be fine. I think.
And Juliana, with your vote last time, with voting out Carron, it was a unanimous 5 against Carron. And then Shindana gets split up, and probably it is a big challenge for you in autumn, getting to know these people when you're not in the plurality the way that Kevin and Jenna and Ben are. So with that, talk about alliances maybe for you. Was it hard to get to know these people in the way that you got to know Shindana?
I mean, everyone was really friendly, and like, I guess having experience in the game, I felt like it was easier, because at first it just was kind of intimidating to initially make those, like with Shindana, to make those first alliances and ask people. Like, I was so scared to ask anyone to meet up, because I was like, everyone's like already has their own alliance. I was like paranoid creating these scenarios. So I felt like it was a little easier now that I've been in the game, and I kind of like, I don't know, kind of know better how to do it.
We touched on 2 of the votes that have happened with Kevin's tribe and Juliana's tribe. And Jamie, let's talk about the 2 probably more explosive votes of the season with Taratibu. Now, are you worried, like, and we get that reaction because we all know that some big moves were made, right? And so are you worried tonight that something could happen that's just as explosive, whether or not you're on the same, like, the right side or not?
I honestly don't even know. So that was just
not fun.
It was just an interesting situation, because like you guys got to know each other for like 2 weeks. You just kind of like chilled, and we just kind of like went straight into like not trusting each other, which is a hard thing to do. Cause like, I mean, you guys, you know, I'm sure you were like, oh, like we're friends and like going out to dinner or something, and like we didn't really get the chance to do that because we were, you know, clearly strategizing like what's the sex vote gonna look like all that stuff, and I don't know. So I feel like this one, I don't know how Luke feels, but to me it's a little bit calmer, just because it seems like, I mean, getting the group of people that aren't really always in that mindset, like we're voting someone out like every week, because that's kind of how it feels to us. But so they seem just a little bit more calm, I think, than the original Taratibu tribe did.
I can attest to that. The Green started this game so fast, and we had to because the vote was like 2 seconds after the kickoff. And it's nice to be on a tribe full of people that, like, you know, they have collectively taken a deep breath, and you sort of, you know, gain that sort of kind of mindset. And it's not like I need to meet with 8 people a day and go crazy like it was back in Taratibu. So this is a lot easier.
And then Luke, what kind of statement do you think is going to be made with tonight's vote? Because everyone probably thinks that they are safe, but someone's wrong.
I don't think, I mean, you always have to have that sort of, if you're really sitting here feeling comfortable, you're probably going home. But it's not obvious, and I think that some lines should be drawn today, just because.
So, unless anyone else has anything to say, I'm going to let the chaos ensue and see how this first swap vote goes. That being said, it is time to vote. Autumn, you're up.
Sorry, I hope it's not me. And sorry, that was so lame.
Sorry.
It's funny that you don't know how many connections I actually have, so I hope that I can rely on my tribe, and I know you're trying to send me home right now, but I'm hoping to see you go today.
Kaidi, on to get the votes. Alright, so before I read the votes, as is tradition in Survivor, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now will be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out, we ask the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Jenna. Jenna. It's 2 votes, Jenna. Jamie. 2 votes, Jenna. 1 vote, Jamie. Jamie. It's 2 votes, Jamie. 2 votes, Jenna. Luke. It's 2 votes, Jenna. 2 votes, Jamie. 1 vote, Luke. Luke. That's 2 votes, Luke. 2 votes, Jamie. 2 votes, Jenna. 1 vote left. And the 5th person voted out of Survivor Time and Change Urban Legends is Luke. Luke, that's 3 tonight. That is enough. Grab your stuff, head on outside. Luke. Kaidi. It's a fun first vote. I hope that the group that's moving forward into this next challenge is together. Because we have 3 tribes represented here, 1 Teratibu left, 3 Kaidi, 2 Shindana, but 1 elective tribe that needs to go up against the others unless one of us will this week again. So with that being said, we're in for a fun week, guys. Alright? You guys can head on out.
I have no idea what happened. I got 3 votes, so either Kevin was lying to me or one of the Shinadas was lying to me, and which is even better because I had this in my pocket and I didn't use it, and I felt like I kind of might have had to, but I guess now I have a necklace, so that's cool. This game is so much fun and there's no love lost. So yeah, it sucks right now, but I never thought I would get to play like this, so I am. And from what I thought, I was doing an okay job. I guess not. So that's fun. But it's fun to finally, you dream about, maybe I can play something like this, and I did for a little bit. So